Hawks Alert commandos from the most advanced special ops teams in the world have just arrived in theater. The Army Rangers and Navy SEALs, and they're joining the 3,500 sailors and Marines that have just taken position in the Middle East on the USS Tripoli. The 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit is also on board, and a ship full of transport and strike fighter aircraft ready to be brought into the action. Alongside of them, the most elite paratrooper unit on Earth, the 82nd Airborne Division, who are ready to hit the silk as the President issues a final warning, quote, "If for any reason a deal is not shortly reached, which it probably will be, and if the Hormuz Strait is not immediately open for business, we will conclude our lovely stay in Iran by blowing up and completely obliterating all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, and Karg Island. Clock's ticking for the mullahs to make a deal, or lights out. The terms are clear: no nukes, no uranium." These people are lunatics. They are insane. They are religious zealots who can never be allowed to possess a nuclear weapon because they have an apocalyptic vision of the future. The ball's in the mullah's court. Hand over the yellow cake or we'll take it. The White House is weighing a military operation to physically extract the 1,000 pounds of uranium that Iran has buried in an underground lair. The mission's high risk, high reward. It would require U.S. Special Forces to fly to 2 nuclear sites under enemy fire, seize it, secure the perimeter, then send an extraction team of engineers deep down to prep the tunnels, clear the booby traps, followed by a special ops unit responsible for removing around 40 canisters of uranium, file them into caskets, load them onto trucks, and drive them to an airstrip to be flown home. An operation like this, we're told, could be done in under a week, but anything could happen. We've removed nuclear programs like this before, after the Soviet Union fell, but never under combat conditions. A key to success would be maintaining complete air supremacy. Our F-18 Super Hornets continue to launch from the USS Lincoln, neutralizing targets day and night. Our stealth supercruiser F-22 Raptors have full control of the skies, and so do our B-52s, doing what they do. Iranian air defense is so completely destroyed we're refueling right over their capital. The USS Lincoln also launching Hawkeyes, nicknamed the Eyes in the Skies. They're transmitting real-time surveillance data back to CENTCOM. This data is then sent to our fleet of Black Hawks to transport troops and bring in logistical support. The Commander-in-Chief says he prefers peace, but he's keeping his options open. I do see a deal in Iran, Mr. President. Could be shoot. Are you considering still putting boots on the ground, and would you do that without going on? I just have lots of alternatives. The President's been telling associates that he wants to keep a tight time frame, so any ground operations expected to be swift and decisive. The White House is still confident they're on schedule. He laid out that 4 to 6 week timetable for this conflict, and we're now within week 5. So how do you swear kind of those chill? Well, 4 to 6 weeks estimated timeline. Again, you just said we're on day 30 of the operation. I think we should all be very proud of our armed forces for what they have done over the past 30 days. The mission will continue until the objectives are achieved, and that 4 to 6 week timeline does remain right now. To speed things up, we could even see the introduction of our newest secret weapon, the discombobulator. In Venezuela, the U.S. military used a weapon that, at best I can tell, had never been used before and hasn't really been explained too thoroughly, at least on the popular media, that made all of Maduro's guards vomit. With some sort of, high-tech weapon, microwave gun. President has something in mind that maybe we've never seen used by any government, any military in the history of warfare, to hit the Iranians with if they don't come to the table and surrender. Just because we can microwave their brains and bellies doesn't mean it's going to be a cakewalk. These are extremely, extremely dangerous raids the President's considering conducting. We expect casualties, and the regime hasn't fully collapsed. They aren't fully disarmed yet. They still have thousands of drones and hundreds of missiles. In the past days, the Iranians hit an American military base in Saudi Arabia, striking an E-3 Sentry. It's like a $500 million command and control center with wings. But we still have 5 or 6 more in the region. Drones also hit Arab ports, refineries, and aluminum facilities. And this just in, a British tanker was just clipped off the coast to Dubai. And now the Houthis are getting off the couch, launching missiles at Israel. Zelensky, though, just papered a deal to start selling the Middle East low-cost anti-drone interceptors, which will be a huge help. The question is the Republican Guard, which has consolidated control over the country, are they sane? Would they launch ballistic missiles at their own nuclear sites if American commandos choppered in? Same thing with Kharg Island. Would they blow up their only economic lifeline just to stop America from seizing it? Trump's been teasing the Iranians, saying, maybe we take Kharg Island, maybe we don't. A former Pentagon official says taking Iran's primary oil faucet would be like, quote, taking a chess piece off Iran's board and putting another bargaining chip in your pocket. Trump's even saying, on top of the uranium, we might even take their oil. The Iranians heard that and let some ships sail through the strait. What I talked about 4 days ago, a present, I said they gave me a present. But I didn't think I was at liberty to say what it was. What it was 8 plus 2. It's 10 massive boatloads of oil. And today they gave us another present. They gave us 20 boatloads of oil. That starts being shipped tomorrow. Meanwhile, U.S. Central Command hasn't let its foot off the gas. We continue our bombing campaign against the Iranian Navy, trying to hold the strait hostage. And Trump's been joking about naming the strait after himself. They are making threats about controlling the Hormuz Straits in perpetuity, creating a tolling system and the like. That's not going to be allowed to happen, and the president has a number of options available to him if he so chooses. General Besant says, tick-tock. Over time, the U.S. is going to retake control of the straits, and there will be freedom of navigation, whether it is through U.S. escorts or a multinational escort. The mullahs know the terms. They can't have the strait, they can't enrich uranium, and the missiles have got to go. I hear a lot of talk about, we don't know what the clear objectives are. Here they are, you should write them down. Number 1, the destruction of their Air Force. Number 2, the destruction of their Navy. Number 3, the severe diminishing of their missile launching capability. And number 4, the destruction of their factories so they can't make more missiles and more drones to threaten us in the future. All of this so that they can never hide behind it to acquire a nuclear weapon. That was our objective from the beginning. That remains our objective now. We are on pace and, in fact, ahead of schedule on some of those things, and we are going to achieve those things in a number of weeks, not in a number of months. It's officially been 1 month since the beginning of Operation Epic Fury, and we've hit over 11,000 targets, destroyed 150 of their ships. They have almost no air force, almost no air defenses. Regime leadership's been killed. There's no command and control. Everyone's hiding underground and won't use a cell phone. With that said, the president says we still have over 3,000 military targets left on our hit list. The rump state's still launching missiles and drones and screwing around in the strait, threatening to activate the Houthis. Although the negotiations, the president says, are going well. A lightning-fast ground operation on Kharg of the strait and maybe even their nuke sites could be the knockout blow that the United States has been wargaming for. For many years, we've considered options along the southern coast of Iran, seizing islands, seizing small bases. You're not going to stay. But some of those islands you could seize and hold. If you seize Kharg Island, you really can shut down the Iranian oil economy completely. And the beauty of seizing it is you're not destroying it. These are not back-of-the-envelope calculations. These are things we've been working on for many years, and I think we're right to threaten the entire littoral to hold all these options out there. The next couple of weeks could be the most dangerous and decisive of the war. We pray it goes as well as the first month's gone, and all we can do is keep the troops in our heart and trust the commander-in-chief makes the right decisions with accuracy and wisdom. He got a place mad, and he turned it on its back, and then he took a Sharpie and he drew a perfect map of the Mideast, and then he put the troop strengths of every country on every border on that map, and it challenged a lot of the assumptions that I had been told about him. He has this extraordinary depth of knowledge about what's happening in each one of the agencies, and then he has an instinct of making good choices. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.